Game gave us some wild characters. Pregnant contestants, secret masterminds, a man with marbles for morals, and Thanos in a tracksuit. And at one point, there was a baby, like an actual baby. So naturally, as a FNAF fan with too much time and trauma on my hands, I had one question. What if the animatronics joined the Squid Game? Because let's be real, if anyone understands death games, paranoia, and respawning with trauma, it's them. So let's run through the lineup. Player 456, that's got to be Michael Afton, no question. Who's been through more games, more timelines, and more death loops than the Squid Games could ever handle. Burned alive, scooped out, possessed by his dead little brother's ghost. He's basically the poster child for trauma, but make it law. This man doesn't just survive, he respawns like it's a day job. You could throw him off the glass bridge into the red light green light field and straight into the Squid Game furnace, and he'd still get back up like, okay, round two. And let's not forget he's the relatable everyman, except his family tree is just a list of horror game boss fights. He keeps crashing hell parties hosted by his serial killer dad like the worst family reunion ever. He walks into every situation like,
I played these games before!
Because he literally has multiple times in different bodies. And the worst part, he'd win by default, because at this point, death to him is just a warm-up. Player 222, the pregnant lady clutching her baby. That's Chica, no hesitation. She's not here to fight, she's not even here to win. She's here for one reason and one reason only: snacks. While everyone else is panicking about alliances and betrayal, she's raiding the Squid Game's vending machine like it's Five Nights at the Fridge. Midnight cravings activated. She's in the corner at 3 AM licking Dalgona sugar off her beak like it's a delicacy from the daycare. They hand her a jumpsuit and a number. She trades it in for a tray of food and a napkin. Game rules? She doesn't read them. Life-threatening challenges? Not her problem. She's too busy figuring out how to deep fry a honeycomb without setting off the alarm. While others whisper about strategy, she's in the background sneaking bites like she's smuggling pizza slices in her stomach compartment. Someone coughs and she growls like a raccoon guarding a bin. And during red light, green light, everyone freezes except Chica. Mid-bite into a snack, she's smuggled into a jumpsuit. The doll turns, one loud crunch, and just like that, game over. And her final words? Worth it. Because if she's going out with a full belly. Thanos, that's Foxy. Shows up late, doesn't explain a thing, and instantly ruins the vibe like someone added a DLC from the wrong franchise. He's not here to play the game, he's here to break it. He sprints in at 40 miles an hour, hook glinting in the light, like the Grim Reaper just clocked in for overtime. Players are still trying to figure out the rules, meanwhile he's already halfway across the field. No hesitation, no strategy, just speed, violence, and a pirate scream that echoes through the arena like a death whistle. They try putting him in the glass bridge. Big mistake. He launches himself at full speed like a carnival stunt, shatters every panel on the way down, and somehow crawls back up from the wreckage like a horror movie extra that refused to die. And everyone else? Gone. And Foxy, slightly annoyed, his kill count reset. He doesn't care about prize money. He's not here for redemption or survival. He's here because someone said don't run and he took that personally. He doesn't play Squid Game. Squid Game plays him. He's the final boss, the speedrun glitch, and the last thing you see before the lights go out. And by the time the guards even raise their guns, he's already behind them, breathing heavy, hook raised, and grinning like the game just started. The creepy red light, green light doll, that's Circus Baby. Pigtails, soulless eyes, voice like a broken lullaby machine, and a kill switch disguised as childlike innocence. She was literally built to lure kids with ice cream and make them disappear. And now she's upgraded from pizza party executions to full-scale Squid Game extermination. This isn't her first rodeo. She's not just playing a game, she's reliving childhood trauma in surround sound. She's done worse than a pizzeria basement with flickering lights and no witnesses. Now she's out to the open, the body count just got a leaderboard. She says red light and it sounds like a toy commercial from hell. Then comes that mechanical whir, the one that means something's about to go horribly wrong. You blink and someone's airborne, flipping through the air like they just got launched by a hidden spring trap. 1 second they're running, the next they're lawn decorations. She doesn't just watch, you feel her watching. She tracks your soul like a CCTV from the underworld. You breathe too loud and she's already calculated your death pose, all while humming soft, broken nursery rhymes that sound like your childhood right before it ends. This is not a game to her, it's a performance. And every time she calls green light, she's setting the stage for your final act. Because in her twisted little world, the only one who ever makes it to the finish line is her. And the frontman, William Afton. Of course it's him. He's been running the death games since '83 like it's a side hustle between murder shifts. He didn't just invent the concept of Squid Game, he beta tested it in a Freddy's basement using animatronics and unpaid trauma. Always hiding behind screens, masks, purple suits, and whatever creepy disguise fits the decade. Collecting remnant like it's Pokemon cards, each soul harvested with scientific precision precision and zero moral restraint. This man doesn't do experiments. He does rituals with Excel spreadsheets. He probably invented Squid Game right after torching another Freddy's location and whispering, round 2, because why not? He's the kind of guy who sees child endangerment and thinks, let's gamify it. But he's not just watching, he's documenting every scream, analysing every glitch, recording every breakdown like it's a YouTube series called Remnant the Collection. He doesn't flinch when people die. He smiles because each game is just data for his next horrific invention. And when he does appear in person, it's never random, it's because the final plan is unfolding. The last phase of a soul harvesting PowerPoint no one asked to see. Basically, he's the guy who throws a party, watches from the shadows, and never shows up with a killer agenda. Literally. If William's involved, the prize isn't money, it's suffering. And guess what? He always comes back. Player 001, the old man, that's old man consequences. Not a player, not a victim, just the entity behind the curtain who lets you think you have a chance right before it's reset. He's not here to win the game, he's here to break it. To snap the timeline in half, reset the whole board, and watch reality fold like a piece of cursed origami. Every time someone gets close to surviving, he blinks and suddenly they never existed. He probably built the entire Squid Game island out of a pocket dimension wood and spiritual depth, just so he could trap souls in a loop, rerun the nightmare like a broken VHS tape, and sip tea while watching humans rumble under pressure. And you think you're escaping? You're just going deeper into his maze while everyone's screaming, fighting, and dying for their lives. He's on the sidelines, crossed legs, sipping tea from a chip cup like some crypt keeper. And every time someone falls, he chuckles and mumbles, who's next to get erased? He doesn't interfere, he doesn't need to, because he already knows the ending. He wrote it before he even spawned in. You don't beat All Man Consequences, you don't even see him unless he wants you to. You just pray, beg that today he's in a generous mood, because when he's not, the game ends before it's even begun. Player 218, that's Vanessa, or more accurately, Vanny. Starts off quiet, polite. She's the kind of player who smiles during orientation, helps you tie your jumpsuit, and says things like, we've got this. Totally normal, totally safe, until she starts whispering to the wall, until the lights flicker, until people start disappearing and you realise the cameras never catch her in the act. One minute she's your ally, the next she's glitching in and out of visibility and carving up contestants like it's a part of her self-care routine. She doesn't just play the game, she rewrites it. Starts off following the rules, then rewires the doll mid-challenge and makes it target specific players while she hums in the background. You think it's paranoia until she's the last one standing and you realise she was never really Vanessa to begin with. Ji-Hung would be like, why are you whispering sweet nothings to the ceiling and sharpening knives during snap breaks? And she'd just smile and offer him a sugar cookie with his own name carved into it. She's the kind of player that lulls you into a sense of comfort. The soft-spoken one who listens, nods, and makes eye contact like a therapist until the lights cut out, the static hits, and you hear her footsteps behind you. Trusting Vanny is like hugging a bear trap. Comforting at first, then the pain hits, and by then, it's already too late. Freddy, he's not a player, he's the unexpected fan favourite. Technically listed as a contestant, but somehow ends up being everyone's emotional support animatronic. Like one minute he's dodging bullets in red light, green light, next minute he's giving heartfelt speeches and shielding Gregory from elimination in a death game that he didn't sign up for. He's built like a tank, moves like a bodyguard, and speaks like a dad trying really hard to keep it together. And somehow it just works. People trust him, they form alliances, they want him to win. Meanwhile, the guards are side-eyeing him like, was he on the list? But he's too charismatic to shoot, too iconic to eliminate, so they just let him cook. In team games, he's clutching victory by sheer willpower, carrying 3 players on his back while singing happy birthday songs like their battle chants. In tug of war, he plants those metal feet like anchors and wins the animatronic dad strength alone. And when someone tries to backstab him, big mistake. He doesn't retaliate with violence, he just stirs. That cold endoskeleton stir that says, I've been through fires, souls, and Fazbear frights. You are not my final boss. He's the one who helps others survive until the final round. Then the lights go dark, the music stops, and Freddy's smile fades. Because if it's between you and him, he's not losing again. Not after what he's seen, not after everything. So yeah, if FNAF characters join the Squid Game, Michael wins not because he wants to, but because he has to. He's survived burning buildings, haunted basements, and his own dad's therapy sessions from hell. At this point, survival isn't a goal, it's muscle memory. Circus Baby runs red light, green light, like it's a daycare for the damned. Cheerful voice, cheerful face, traumatic ending. Half the players think they're safe until they hear the music cut out and they realise they've been marked for deletion by a murder machine disguised as a children's entertainer. If she hums, someone's gone. If she smiles, you're next. And William Afton, oh, you thought he wouldn't show? He always comes back, even when Netflix doesn't renew his contract, even when the set is burning, even when he's 6 feet under holding a restraining order co-signed by God, Gregory, and a lawsuit from Fazbear Entertainment. Because death isn't the end for him, it's just a mid-season break, a plot twist waiting to happen, a teaser trailer in a purple suit. So if Squid Game thought they was running the show, they've clearly never survived 5 nights. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with any of these characters, and I'd love to know if you'd put any other animatronics in Squid Games. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. Until next time.